Hey everybody, what's up? It's Jasmine, and today I thought we would watch a Bionic Pig video together. So I watch Bionic Pig, and if you don't know who he is this YouTuber that sort of comments on other YouTubers singing and things like that. So he'll like do videos on Gabbie, Hanna, and James Charles and things like that, and just sort of like critique their singing and their lyrics and stuff like that. So anyway, we are going to watch this video that he did on Billie Eilish. So I'm not really sure what he's going to say, but in his title it says, "Is Billie Eilish overrated?" So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a good video or a negative video or what's going on, but we will have a look.
So Billie Eilish, or as I like to call her, Billie Eilish, is considered to be a genius, even a prodigy. She's changing the way music is meant to be played. But the other half of people tend to really not like her. Now, I'll be honest, I think the only reason she got as big as she did so quick is the record company that she signed to. I don't know if you guys have heard of Interscope Records, but they have signed some incredibly huge artists. And it's one of those things that if Interscope Records signs you, your music will be heard by everyone. And of her being so
like
young
conspiracy.
and her music being a little bit different than what would be considered pop music, everyone freaked out about it. Now, me personally, I do think she's a little bit overrated. Don't get me wrong, overrated does not mean bad by any means. Overrated is just, she's just getting way more praise than she deserves. Prodigy, but most of her songs aren't even written by her. Yes, all of the songs do say she writes them with her brother. But the more and more I look into it, it really seems like it's about 70% her brother, 30% her. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she writes 90% of it. He writes 10% of it. But the more and more I look into it, it really seems like he's the majority of the writing. He really isn't credited much. Like, sure, it has his name and like the writers and co-writers. Big popular girl singer that has music that's different than
like a
most
regular
pop music.
listener,
She
and I
must
knew
be
that
fantastic.
it was
But
her
today
brother
we're
writing the
songs.
songs.
Her
I
live
thought it was
performance
cool.
of it. Listen to her voice, see what she's doing good, see what she's doing bad, see what she could be doing better, and all that different stuff. I do feel like when she sings, she's really playing to her strengths, because a lot of people do have trouble singing as quiet as she does, because she's singing so quiet, but at the same time she's still getting out enough note where you can hear what she's singing. Now, I can go on and give my opinions about the whole adding an accent to your singing when you don't have an accent. It's like she's adding some sort of like British accent to it when she doesn't have a British accent. And there's a lot of diphthongs. If you guys don't know what diphthongs are, singing without a diphthong, for example, say I'm singing car, I go car, I hit the A and then open my mouth in the A, and then when I finish the note I just go to the R really quick. But a diphthong sounds more like this, which is gradually opening the C to the A and then gradually closing your mouth to the R, instead of just holding your note out on just the one vowel.
Is that a bad thing? I don't know.
She's honestly a pretty good singer. The time on these singer reviews, I normally just review terrible singers. A lot of the things that she does with her voice, I personally don't like the style of it, but it doesn't really change the fact that her voice is pretty decent for what she's doing. Honestly, listening to this song just wears me out thinking about it, because singing breathy is really hard. Being breathy consistently while you're singing is a lot more difficult than you guys think, because the entire time you're singing, you're losing like 5 times as much breath. If she comes out with something new, maybe she'll come out with something that'll wow me and be like, oh, okay, this is good, you know? But a lot of the stuff she's coming out with feels mediocre to me. But those are my thoughts. Those are my opinions, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for this episode of
So obviously he doesn't think that she's a bad singer, but he thinks that she's boring, which I don't really understand. Like, why? I don't really understand why he thinks that she's boring. I mean, I don't know. Like, who does he find to be an interesting singer? I don't know. But I just think, I mean, I've never heard people call her a genius or anything. So I've just listened to her songs and I was like, oh, it sounds really nice and pretty, and I like it. And then he was talking about how the breathiness in her voice is really difficult to do. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. Doesn't that mean she's like pushing herself and trying to do something that people can't usually do? So I don't know, I feel like I've gotten confused about what he doesn't like about her. I mean, he says that he doesn't not like her, but that he finds her music boring. And I mean, I don't know, yeah, but I think that like people are really critical. Like he talked about, he's asking like, is she overrated, and he thinks that she is, but then I just feel like, isn't everything overrated? Like for every one person that is like a famous singer, there's thousands of other people that aren't known that are really awesome. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like, you know, you can't win either way, because you're never going to be the best at anything, but like you can be pretty good and people can like you, but then other people are like, well, that shouldn't be how it is because she's, you know, a young person and she's really boring. And I don't know, I don't relate to that. I think that people should be a little bit more positive, because I used to be like that. I used to be like, Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm just like, you know, what's the point? Like there's not really any point in like just disliking people who are doing well for themselves. Although obviously you can like judge their behaviors, that's fine, but like, you know, there's no point in being like, oh, I don't understand why people like them. Like, you know, people do their own thing, and if it makes them happy. So anyway, I just think that he probably made like a little bit of a negative video because people are used to that, but I think in reality he's probably just like, no, she's alright, she's pretty good, but he's like, I gotta make this negative because that's my shtick. But anyway, we'll see. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening. Yay, we just got back from Hamburg today, so a little bit tired and things like that. But anyway, I'll see you guys all next time. Hey,